Let's see how the unknowns are doing in the tiny bin. I put some more shreds on top. There's one. There's another one. That's looking good. They're doing good. We're gonna give them a tiny bit of food today. Right here in the middle on these shreds. Give them a little bit of the fruit and veg and dried garden leaves, basil and oregano. Smells good. Okay. Give them a little plop. See how they do with that. Check on them. Just a little peek and check in on a tiny feeding in the tiny bin. Hi there. So our tiny bin had a little bit of a change because I have a little bit of obsessiveness. So I went back out to the garden and got some more, and they don't all look the same. Some of them look pretty different. So I think that there's a mix in here. As much as I wanted to have a bin that was all ANCs, African night crawlers, I may have to wait because there may be some. There's definitely some that look different, like this one. So I added some more bedding last night, and now today I couldn't leave it alone because I figured if they survive the summer, then they're probably not gonna want to be cold, and since it's cooling off, I thought I'd rescue them from the cold. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's definitely what I did. I went out today and got some more, so we're going to be increasing this bin with what I have now all the way to, we were at 12, and now we'll be at 65 after we add these worms from today. The worms from last night are in there. And if you recognize any worms, please comment and let me know what you think. If you look underneath, some of them seem to have a yellow tip, so there's probably some wigglers in here too. But I'll take the worm rings any day. The material needs to be just a little bit more wet. Turn it just a bit. Look at those pretties. And then see that little pink area? That, I believe, is clitellum. And it's just that the worm is so dark that you can't even see it from the top. From the bottom, it's right there. It's up high. I don't see anything below, so I'm pretty sure that's a blue. And by the way, I think that one too. By the way it moves, so I think that we've got some blue. I think we have a mix. So I thought they might be hungry, and I know they're not gonna eat right away, but I made them a little dish anyway. Here they are. So this is just a little bit of pear. I cooked it just to make sure they could get into it. So this will be their little feeding. I'll transfer. They're in. How are they doing? Go down now, guys. So this is our second or third update. Yep, they're gonna go down just fine. That's some of their native material in there. Yeah, it's amazing how they've thrived. I'm not sure how long they've been in there, but it could be quite a few months, and it could be just a few months trying to remember the times that they've had castings in that container. And down they go. It's kind of fun to watch. So now we have a bin of 65. We had to question whether there was 12, and now there are 65 in this bin. So let's see how long they do well. With 65 in the tiny bin, we might have to move them to a mini bin. Just give them a little bit of bedding on top. I'll give them a little bit of water on top. Keep a nice humid environment for them. Down at it. I'll put our little bubble wrap back on and our lid. Try to get the moisture off so they don't want to go to the moisture. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. Take the lid off. Let's check on them. Yeah, top's a little bit dried out. So if you remember, we have 65 in this bin. And they are just beautiful. Whatever they are, they still have that really beautiful color. They're a little bit cold, so nobody's quite as active. They're warmer in here than they would be outside. I think they could use a nice feeding. It's another beauty. Wow. There's that little stubby one. I think at this stage we could name them. They're just such a pretty color. So unusual. Yeah, this looks like it would be a blue, just in shape. No, I think just a younger worm. Okay, there's quite a bit of carbon in here, so I'm not going to add any more. And we'll feed them over here, starting at this end, where it seems just a little drier anyway. So 65 isn't a whole lot. So if I imagine the mass that 65 would be in my hand, and then imagine half of that. So let's see what we can come up with. But I'm gonna give them more than I think anyway, because remember, there's a lot of water in here. They could use some water. Just a little tiny ball of food, I think. That's what they're gonna get today. And we'll check on them, make sure this feeding is okay. Make sure everyone's all right. If I have to get oxygen in there, or I put a lot of grit in here already, but if I need to put some buffer in there, I will. But in the meantime, it smells great, looks great. The worms are beautiful. Glad I brought them in. And I hope they're gonna have a happy, productive life inside the tea home. Put their lid on.